I had a very different beginning to start with. But as Mr. Andy had shared, that you tend to present better if you use a British accent. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you all to this evening's wonderful presentation of Story Slam. Start Up Story Slam. Okay, that's as Brit as I get. So, as Julie Andrews sang in her famous movie, The Sound of Music, let's start at the very beginning, a very good place to start. And so I began. I was named after my great-great-grandmother, who I understand was a very strong-willed individual. And my name is Rhonda. Now, it just so happens that in and I'm going to let you guys guess, 19 what, there was a song written out after me. And who was it written by? It was written by, come on guys. Nobody's going to tell me? Okay.
James Taylor? I don't know.
No. It was written by the Beach Boys. It was called Help Me Rhonda. And it was written in 1964. And ever since I was little, I grew up in a very large extended family. My dad was one of 10 children, and I'm one of 27 first cousins. So there was never any shortage of somebody to play with. I never understood until I was in my 40s what it meant to just have one other family over for dinner. So I've been giving back for the last 50 years in various ways, various occasions, to various people, places, and things since I was 8 years old. By the time I was 10, I was babysitting for 4 children, ages 8, 6, 4, and 2. The 2-year-old had a kidney problem, and I was measuring urine output. I don't know if you want to put that, but so I've had a lot of responsible positions over the years. I went to school, I became an occupational therapist, and I've been practicing being an occupational therapist for the last 40 years. I have 3 wonderful children. All of them are grown. I'm a grandmother of 4. And how did I get into the business of giving back through gifting? Okay. As I was sitting there listening to you, Andy, I realized that I had a scenario that happened when I was 19, when I was a freshman in college. And that sort of began a very, very important awakening within me. I did a therapeutic intervention, and I wound up learning for the first time in my life at the age of 19 that I was also important. I never knew what that meant. The giving back for me is critical, making people happy, seeing them succeed in various and sundry ways, no matter what your age is, no matter what your status in life. And I realized that when people give a gift, sometimes they just pick it off of the shelf. And what's the meaning? Does it really mean anything to them? Or do they take into consideration the person that it's being given to? Do you have this wonderful, joyous feeling inside of you? And is the person that's going to receive the gift feel appreciated and happy about it? So when I was 12, I had a friend, and he used to call me Rue. That was my monogram, Rhonda Ungar. And to this day, we're still friends, many decades later. And I told him at the age of 14 that I was going to start my own business, and it was going to be called Rue Crafts. This is not a pitch, but that's the history. I grew up over my grandmother's old-time dry goods store in Trenton. Used to ride my bike everywhere until I was 20 years old and graduated from college. And so I learned to dress the windows and wait on the customers and stock the shelves and order things and, help with the books and stuff like that. So now where I am today is I've kind of reinvented myself in terms of combining my love of giving something that makes somebody important, love of the art world, and the love of food. After this is all over, I also have chocolate that I'd like to share with all of you because I know chocolate is a favorite of everybody. So I want to thank all of you, particularly Sarah and Miyoko, for bringing me into Power Match. It's really been, as they would say in Fiddler on the Roof, matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match, find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, find me a find me the perfect man. But no, that's not a date. Perfect business. But anyway, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.